the show other radio shows fear. Are you ready to have fun?
I'm so ready.
The fun starts now.
Oh, yeah, the fun starts now. I got China Now coming up in a few minutes, but I wanted to talk about this one, especially for those that are always saying, well, yeah, Harley-Davidson is a U.S. company, so I'd rather have my money go to them. Well, you know, a lot of people, when they say that, don't think about how much they're paying for new Harley-Davidsons. And you want to know why you're paying so much for new Harley-Davidsons? It's because of the CEO, Jochen Zeitz, as I call it. He's a big zit. Or Al Bundy, the shoe salesman. He is making a ton of money. And it's you paying them new bike prices that are, you know, enabling his rich lifestyle. I had to show you this, man. When I seen it, I was like, holy cow. And this dude is running a motorcycle company with all its history, and we're wondering why we're seeing skyrocketing prices. That is the biggest complaint that you see out of a lot of people when it comes to Harley-Davidson. Well, it's too much money. I to get the same kind of product from a foreign bike maker, and they're right. And they got more technology, they're better built, but he is making, as of this year, $43.32 million. Come on. You know, I know CEOs get a lot of money, but this out of the motor company, you're crazy. $43 million and change. Now, it was comprised of 4.4% of salary, so they're giving them a base salary. Then 95.6% in bonuses. He also has company stock and options and owns 0.41% of the company. Now, this guy has turned around a lot of companies before. But again, we're going back to that statement. Harley-Davidsons are just too much money. You're not paying the blue collar workers up in the factory. You're paying the management. And when people say, well, they're only interested in their investors, that's a huge, huge good point. Because if he gets the stock price over a certain amount, he's getting all these bonuses. So I do not understand. Let's see here. Management average tenure, he's been there 2.5 or a little over 2.5 years. And then his analyst, when he came on, you can actually see the company's earnings in 2021 was $190 million. And guess what? They paid 43 of that over to him. And then it's going up. They start earning, and this was right after the pandemic when everything was coming out. He did jump them up to 489 million. So it has to go to say, does he deserve that kind of money? Then again, in 2022 was 6 million, what was it, 6,013,000. And then of course it started going downhill from there. He does look like he's making some good decisions over there, but as bikers, motorcycle enthusiasts, are we paying too much money? It's not the cost of making the bike. It's the cost of paying all these executives. And they are turning the company around. We got to give them that. But as always, when products get expensive, it's passed on to us. I was just interested in that argument everybody makes when it comes to Harley-Davidson, and at least it's going to the US based motor company. And if you think about it, he's a European descent, so actually it's going into a European's pocket. But we're gonna bring in China Dow and ask her about this type of stuff. We got to ask her. China Doll is in the house, baby.
Hi.
How are you?
Sitting here being all kinds jealous. This man's making all that money.
What do you think about that argument everybody brings up that, well, at least my money's going to an American company? And if you think about it, like I just said, it's actually going into a pocket of a foreign national.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about all the diehards that say that?
And how much of Harley is actually American made anymore?
Well, we all know it's not really American made. You know,
I mean-
they source their parts from everywhere. But to come back to the point is they say the money flows through an American corporation.
No, it's not. Because he's not American.
It's a lot of it's going into his pocket.
I know. 43 million, really?
So how is somebody like that going to relate to the normal everyday motorcycle enthusiast, biker, whatever you want to call it, where he knows what we want? He's actually the guy. He's going back to a platform where in 1994 there was a wait list for Harley-Davidsons because they had a breakthrough with the rubs. And now he's going to where they really want to push the CVO line instead of just that's why you don't see a lot of bikes on the floors anymore. And that's exactly what they did in the 90s. So how can a rich person relate to somebody like us?
They can't. That's why they don't care what their prices are for their new bikes. They have no clue what it's like to be paycheck to paycheck.
And right now, Harley-Davidson is facing, just like everybody else is in the car industry, a whole bunch of fucking repos.
Yeah.
Lots of repos going on right now. And Harley-Davidson actually was complaining earlier this year that they don't have enough repo agents to go out and get these bikes. And you know what's funny about repos?
What?
It's highway robbery. They repo a bike, they go sell it at auction. One of these dealers pick it up for half price, and you're still responsible, even though the worth of the bike is more than what they're repoing it for.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's a big scam.
It is a big scam.
So what do you say to them people that say my money's going to an American company? I think that's BS. It's a BS argument.
I say, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not.
And then they wonder why.
That's why you always
because
buy
they don't
used.
step back and actually look at why they're paying these higher prices. Nobody ever does. Nobody ever looks at it. Now, when you're going for a new bike, you're financing it, especially through Harley Financial. The bank is going to come back with, okay, let's give you 6% interest. Well, the dealer's tapping on points to that. Okay, we can get you financed for 9%. Well, they just added 3 percentage points onto that.
So they
because
can make money too.
they make that money each month.
Yep.
And nobody sits back and says, well, wait a second here. What does the bank actually say the percentage rate is? Nobody questions it because they go into that financial office because they want that bike. Me, I grill them. You got to grill them.
I think you should be able to pay exactly what the bank is asking for. Let's say, like you said, the bank's asking for 6%. Then I want to be paying that 6%.
I don't want to be paying
not
9,
not 11. I want to pay what the bank offered, 6.
Because after all, when it comes down to it, you're going to be that couple extra points could be thousands of dollars in interest.
Yeah, definitely.
And they're making that.
Yeah, it's going in their pocket.
So, yeah, finance is a part of owning a Harley, but to use those arguments from the diehards that it's an American company, my money's going to no, your money's going into the CEO's pocket is where it's going.
And he's only been CEO for, you said, a little over 2.5 years.
Yeah, and I know Matt Lebedich, he didn't make that much money. You know, and they're making these horrendous decisions as far as what kind of motor. That just shows you how out of touch they are. You know, that's why they had to spin the live wire out of the Harley-Davidson brand, is because nobody wants it. I'm going to go for a Harley because I want a Harley.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't want nothing that go, "Wee." If I wanted that, I just go get a Honda.
Or put a motor on a bicycle.
You know what? I really want one of them things, man. You to go 1 gallon a tank, like 100 miles and shit. That's how Harley started out. What you're seeing right now with
Oh,
them those beach type, and they put the little motors on it. That's what Harley-Davidsons used to be.
Yeah, I know.
That's some funny crap, ain't it? Everything's coming around.
It goes round just like parachute pants are at Walmart. Anyways.
Do you think people are uneducated when it comes to the buying stuff?
Yeah.
They act on, I want it now.
Yeah, I want it now. I want to drive it out. I want to drive it out.
Well, that can be a car too.
Yeah. Big purchase. I think that can go with any big purchase.
Well, that's just like I was at work the other day, and the guy was like, "Man, you drive a 2003 Silverado still?" I was like, "Yeah, I got to roll down the windows myself.
Hand crank.
I don't have a button, but I love the damn truck.
Mm-hmm.
It's don't have that many miles on it. It still runs great. Why am I going to put myself in a position where I got to owe all kinds of freaking money when it's good?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, the next car, I'm going to get a car. I was looking at the Kia Forte because I like the Kias, but that was for you.
You got to watch it with them Kias, though.
Yeah, they're having
a high theft rate.
Yeah, because all you have to do is they got the TikTok video and just plug it in and whatever.
Yeah.
But if I get something, it's usually for you. It's not for me because I like the old stuff. With the old stuff, you can actually work on the damn things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of the stuff I see at work is like, holy shit. You got to change a battery in the BMW. It's in the trunk with 1 million electric things on it. It's like, you shitting me? You're crazy. No way. I ain't doing it. So you're taking on these extra payments, if you will, because, and the dealer knows about it. You know, one of the biggest trick a dealer is going to pull on you?
What's that?
Is they hope you walk in with kids.
Well, yeah, because kids distract you from what you're doing.
Exactly. And then you're rushing through the process.
Because the kids are hungry or they got to pee.
So that should be one of the biggest things that you should know is and that is well as in a Harley dealership.
Oh, yeah.
They hope you bring the kids with you.
Yep. They do.
Because if you're not focused, they're going to get you somewhere. I know I talked about scams that dealerships put. You actually had people come back and say, well, they got to make their money too. Well, then why are you out there crying and whining that the price of Harleys are through the roof?
Or price of anything big like that, like a Harley or a car or a truck, or they're going to nail you. Don't bring your kids with.
Hell no.
And maybe you might want to leave the wife at home too. Because we are a distraction.
Why do you think that women are a distraction?
I mean, I'm not going to say all of them, but
yeah,
I know I am. Because I'm like, you be sitting there talking to the guy and he'd be like, are we taking it home today? Where are we going to go? Are we going to ride it home? How are we getting home? Are we going out after? I mean, that's all you're going to start thinking about.
You have to educate women on this.
Don't go in the finance office with the old man.
No, it's not that. It's, you know what? You can't, you're there for one reason only is to talk finance. Don't get in there and get involved with stupid stuff, because when a salesman or finance officer sits there and smells the emotion, they act on it.
Yeah, they do. They feed into it.
What do you think about a CEO of a company making that much money?
Must be nice.
$43 million.
It must be nice. And what does he do? Just sit there, right?
Basically, he's the face of the company is all he is.
Okay.
Well, you know, he's off at the golf course making some deals, I guess. They don't work like we do.
I mean, CEOs are the ones that are like rarely in the office, right?
Well, you know, your dad was a vice president.
He was there every day.
What would he say about his bosses? His bosses were the CEOs.
Oh, they weren't always in the office.
No, but they were earning this kind of money.
Yeah. And he usually
I don't think
he usually actually did all the dirty work and had to do all the meetings out of state.
I don't think that this guy actually made Harley-Davidson more money. I think it had to do with the trend of the pandemic. You know, everybody.
Well, you saw how the sales dropped during the pandemic.
No, but during the
closed.
pandemic it was closed, but it started going up right after the pandemic because everybody wanted to get out.
Yeah.
So can you say that he was the one that made that happen? Hell, if you look at the marketing of Harley-Davidson right now, what are they doing as far as marketing? You never hear about them.
No, I don't. I don't hear ads or anything about Harley. You don't hear hardly anything. I mean, you drive by and go, "Oh, Harley." Oh.
I think it is the ones like us that complain the prices are too high is the ones that really put Harley where they're at. They got free advertising everywhere because, you know, let's go get a Bars and Shields tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Screw that. I'm not going to wear your t-shirts. I'm not going to wear I'm not going to put a tattoo on.
Yeah, I used to laugh all the time with how many of the Harley dealership logos you used to tattoo back. And
I would complain all the time about them. I was like, why are you putting this on here?
I like Harley. Okay.
Well, you're giving them free advertising. Why ain't you getting any?
Why ain't you getting any money off that ad? It's advertising. Get some money off.
And I think the ones that are just zero, I call them zero minds. If it ain't Harley, it ain't a motorcycle. And I'm glad the younger generation are not thinking that way. They like everything on two wheels. They don't care what it is.
I think a lot of people nowadays are getting to the point they don't care what it is. They just want to be on.
They just want to go out there and ride.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the old timers that still, you know, twisted into them. Well, it's not a Harley, screw you.
Mm-hmm. And they don't want to even have anything to do with you.
And then when you come back at the argument that what they make is wrong. Oh, so you like supporting a foreign national running an American company. And they get the deer in the headlights look. Well, what do you mean? Well, yeah, he just made $43 million last year.
Mm-hmm.
How much did the average worker in the factory make? They don't know about that, do they?
Nope.
Or when they close down a plant.
$10 an hour.
Well, they probably make $22, $23 an hour as a line, you know, on the assembly. But $43 million compared to that?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think you want to give more money to the workers.
You would hope, because they're the ones putting them all together and doing the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think those that are putting the vehicles together, like the Harleys together in the plants and the factories and whatnot, they should get paid more than the people that are selling you that bike.
You got that right.
I'm just saying, they do more work. What's the guy at the dealership do? What's the salesman do?
Well, what's different now is there used to be all kinds of salesmen in a Harley dealer. Now they cut them down.
Not anymore. Anytime we've gone into a Harley dealership, I think the most I've seen is 2 or 3.
And there's a reason for that. They take their best salesmen and they cut all kinds of prices and put it in their pockets. That's just what I think. You know, remember that one in Villa Park where it used to be Wildfire
Harley, yeah.
Used to be, and now it's across the street and it's Disneyland, but it used to be a hole in the wall dealership.
Yeah, it was just this little tiny thing. With like
you walked in there,
bikes.
You smelled gas, you smelled rubber.
6 bikes right in the floor. That was it.
That was all it was.
That was it. Everything else was in the back.
And now it's just Disneyland stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like bikes, but come on, that's overkill.
I like it better when they're small little mom and pop joints.
Yeah, because it gives you a better feel.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's probably what the older guys remember, and they're trying to hold on to that type of look. But how can somebody be like, okay, you know, I only, you know, believe Harley is the best,
Well, it's
but
just
they don't want to try another bike?
you walk into like the Harley dealerships that are closest to us, right? And you walk in there, and of course, depending, we walk in the main entrance where the showroom floor is, right, with the bikes and everything. Not as many bikes as you would think in the one closest to us, on their main floor. Then it's like you go this way, and then you got all the, the shirts and the stuff like
Do
that.
you notice how they
and
got
then they have an upstairs
Yeah, they got an upstairs.
and a restaurant, and it's like,
What the hell happened to the hole in the wall?
I'm like, this is overkill. It really is. Then, like, you look when you're by the apparel and stuff, you look to your right, and there's this huge counter for parts.
Yeah, see, Dirty Knobs knows what we're talking about because he's from the area. He remembers what Wildfire used to be in Villa Park on North Avenue.
That was the best place. I loved going in there. Just as I don't know.
Yeah, but when you walked in, it smelled like a damn bike shop.
Well, and you walk in there, they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" And they weren't like hoarding you like walking into like Harley.
And they sit there, swear with you, and all that kind of stuff. God forbid you get a salesman that actually acts like one.
That acts like a human?
That acts
Instead
like
of
a damn
robot?
biker.
Instead of a robot?
I bet that's probably what they hire now is car salesmen.
Probably.
That's just like I can't stand. And this is in the automotive industry as well. You have parts countermen, as I call them. You got these people in parts that don't know what the hell they're doing. It pisses you off. It's like, why are you behind that counter trying to sell me a part?
And you
don't know what it is.
You don't even know what it is or what it's used for.
And you got them places, like Advance, AutoZone, O'Reilly's. They just hire anybody off the street anymore.
Yeah, they do.
And it's like, what are you, stupid?
It's a rarity. That's why I go to the AutoZone right up the road from us, right here by the house, because there's one guy in there that actually knows what he's talking about out of the 6 that I've seen. And that guy, and he's older.
Yeah.
I'd say late 50s. And he knows everything and anything, because I swear that man had to have been like a mechanic or something like that, because it don't matter what make or model that vehicle is. He knows about every single part.
But don't that bug you that they just hire anybody now for parts?
Oh, yeah. I can apply there if I wanted.
And you probably get the job.
I probably would. And then I'd be the one at the counter going, you need a what? What does that do? I'd be like, I don't even know. Here, how's this one look for you?
And that's the same thing with these Harley ones.
Mm-hmm.
These dealers, I know over at Kegel, they don't got the smartest parts people over there.
No, they don't. I've seen you go back and forth with a couple of them.
I'm like, do you know what I'm talking about? Ain't what I'm looking for.
I'm not looking for Can you get me somebody else? I think I did hear you say that once too.
I did. I said, get me somebody else, man, because you don't know what's going on here.
You're like, can I get somebody that knows about
But
parts?
I'm here paying your boss $43 million a year for you to be stupid. That's just like at the parts counter. It's like, dude, I want to go. Give me the freaking computer. I'll look it up myself.
Or give me the book.
You know what's so bad at work? We only use Advance Auto because they kind of know what the hell they're doing. But when it comes to AutoZone, they're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. That we hardly use them.
O'Reilly's isn't much better.
No, O'Reilly's over here is pretty decent, but other than that,
well, here again, there's only I think they have like 8 employees at the one here, and there's only 2 that are mechanically inclined. The other ones like don't have a clue.
I know it's hard to find people that are in all the freaking mechanics and stuff nowadays because God forbid they have technical colleges for these kids now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their high school automotive programs are a damn joke. Okay, let's teach you how to put a tire on. Let's teach you how to put a battery on. It's like, really? And you're sending these kids out into the world. If you're going to have an automotive program, at least have an automotive program.
Right.
But they don't do that stuff no more.
Not a lot of places do.
I don't know, man. But
sad.
Are you looking at Harley-Davidson a different way now?
Oh, I always knew
Knowing
there
that he's
I always knew there were
much.
some ins and outs as far as Harley goes, but not that much. Yeah, I'm gonna think much differently now about them.
Yeah, now every time you pay your payment, say, well, half of that's going to CEO boy.
Going to Zeitz.
Yeah, it's going to Zeitz, man. Are you crazy? You need to tell him to pop that zit.
You need to pop it. I see it getting whiter.
Right?
And
that's what I'm going to look at from now on.
And his wallet getting greener.
Exactly, dude. That's why the thumbnail of this show was a guy with a barrel of money just running to the bank saying, ha, ha, ha. That's what he's doing. He's running to the bank saying, ha, 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 off you stupid people that have Harley logos tattooed on them.
Thanks for the free ads.
Yeah, thanks for the free ads, man. Can anybody go get the freaking Pitbull of Insane Throttle tattooed on them? I love you. That's basically what happens. Unbelievable, these people. Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
We're going to the news next.
Wakey, wakey! It's breakfast time!
Morning is upon us.
You're listening to Motorcycle Madhouse Radio, WMMR DB Rockford. Now that I freaking went on my rant for the last 26 minutes about Harley-Davidson, every time I talk about them, it burns my ass hairs. It does. It's like I'm on fire.
Your boho on fire.
Right? Well, it just bugs the hell out of me that people don't look into or study what they're doing, and then they're the same people that come back and cry and whine when their car's getting repoed. Well, you signed the paperwork, dummy. Why'd you put yourself in there? Why? Because you wanted it at that very moment.
That's why you don't get new. You buy used.
I love used.
Used is better. You know.
Especially with the depreciation out there, you got that right, man. You got that right.
It's a heck of a lot better to get used. I don't think I'd ever walk into a place. I don't care whether it's Harley, a car dealership. I'm never gonna buy the newest model off the floor.
Well, you know what,
MJ,
you're right. They're gonna end up doing what Tesla's doing, a custom piece, risers, bars, wheels. They've already started doing that with they've been doing that with the CVOs. And I'm not bashing CVOs. I have one, but it's a 2008. You're not going to see me riding around on a 2023 CVO. You're stupid. I'll wait till like 2035 to get the 2023 model. But financial education ain't the very best for people, is it?
What's that?
Financial education ain't at the top of what
nobody
people think
does their
about.
due diligence and researches stuff before they go and buy big purchases like a Harley or a car or a truck.
No, I admit I go through a rabbit hole. I overthink things, but at the same time, it comes out good for me.
This is true because I've seen you get a lot of money taken off when you're doing deals with bikes.
A lot of money.
They look at you and like, damn, how does he know so much?
Oh, I'm going to pay over MRSP.
And that
ain't happening.
And that's one of the reasons why women need to know their business before they go in by themselves to a car dealership or a Harley dealership, because they're going to nail you. And I know it because they've tried to do it to me.
Oh, it's always funny when a woman goes into a dealership. They're right on that.
Well, not even dealerships either. It's like you can just go get a simple oil change and they come, oh, well, you need some blinker fluid. And
you know what? We had a customer was so pissed at us the other day.
Why did you tell them that
they were low on blinker fluid? And they said, yeah, go ahead and change it. And I was like, uh-oh. Dude actually wanted to change blinker fluid. And when we told him there's no such thing and we're joking, he was pissed.
But I mean, seriously, I will sit at an oil change place, and this was like what, a year ago. They want to do your fuel filter. They want to do this. Look how dirty this is. Look how dirty. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you to go to AutoZone.
I can go to AutoZone, buy my own, and put one in myself. But thanks,
right?
Because I've done that all by my little self.
By your little self.
I've done it all by my little self. Oh, my headlight bulb is out. Hey, guess what? I'm good. I'll go to AutoZone. I'll buy the part and put it in all by my little self because I've done it. I'm like, really?
Oh my goodness.
I'm
gracious,
like, man. I know how to put stuff in my car. I'm not stupid.
And you're right, Steve. When you're from the streets, you can spot BS a mile away. I can do that. You seen it happen the other day when I was sitting in front of somebody. I said, nope. It only took me 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, 100%. And Steve's like, I started doing my own. Yeah, Hollywood does all our oil changes too.
All our auto work.
Because it's like, it's pointless to pay somebody like that. I hate walking into places and people think that all women are ignorant when it comes to like
that
cars,
is unfortunate.
When it comes to cars or whatever. Y'all, all these men out there better beware because women are starting to learn more and more and more about their vehicles. And they're not all as stupid as y'all think.
I think it's out of necessity people are starting to learn because it's expensive to go out there and have somebody else do it.
Well, yeah, I remember years ago you can go get an oil change for like $25. Now you're lucky if it's less than 60.
Well, that has the price of oil and stuff, but it's not the oil change place. But they do go after women a lot. I see it every day.
They do it every time you turn around. You go to buy tires or, it doesn't even matter what it is. But if it's a big purchase for a vehicle,
like a brake job, you should be able to do your own brakes.
They'll be like, well, you need the rotors and you need drums. And they like run all this crap out. Oh, and then we got to bleed it. That's going to cost you something too. It's like, ain't this shit all included?
Well, a lot of women wouldn't know that because they don't take the time and actually care what's going on with their vehicle.
And I'm like, oh, my brake pads are bad. Okay, thanks. Guess what? I'll go buy those too. But I won't do that one because I've never done it. Hollywood, my brake pads are going bad. Can you put them on?
Well, that's just like bikes. The basics you should be able to do with a bike, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't want to take the time. That's just like I think it's a scam and a half where you got the 5,000 mile, the 10,000 mile checkup. You to do all that crap yourself.
Yeah.
But here you're paying $400 or $500 for a dealership to do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait a second. I can do all that stuff myself. So why not just pay myself the $400?
I'll just pay me.
Yeah, pay me, go get some freaking 2A freaking gifts for myself and, maybe, spice it up, put in a cam or something. But no, they don't do that.
Nope.
It's easy to do all the basics on a bike.
Yep.
And I do like that a lot of women are riding, but they really don't get in. You got some that'll work on them hardcore.
Yeah.
But not many anymore. But can you blame them with all the technology attached to it?
No, when it comes to cars nowadays, there's so much technology. I think they're doing it on purpose where you can't work on your own vehicle.
Well, that is the case. I see that every day. But at the same time, you still can do your brakes. You still can do your
that
oil changes.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. But it's like now it's like you have to have machines to be with all the computer stuff in order. Well,
yeah, you got to have different kind of tools and stuff. And look how much have I been spending in the last couple weeks just for what I need to do anything.
Right.
It's like, man, it used to be where you had a set of sockets and a wrench, you to do whatever.
Yeah, not anymore.
Now it's like, oh, I need this and I need that. I need a ODM. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, for real.
But it made me like, are you kidding me with this BMW? And I'm talking to 2023. I was like, this is stupid.
Well, it's like there's cars out there like it cracks me up. Where the hell's the battery in this thing? It's under the seat. Who would have done that, duh? Why? Why would you put a battery under like the passenger or driver seat? That's just stupid.
It is.
What were you thinking? Oh my God, let's hide the battery somewhere in the car where they're never gonna find it. Let's put it under the driver's seat. Yeah. So now it's like hide and seek. Gotta find the battery.
Yeah, hide and seek. You got to find that battery.
Oh my God, tag, you're it. It's under the driver's seat, or it's in the trunk.
It's like you're crazy, man.
That's just like over when I was growing up. You know, all them little punch buggies. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the little Beatles.
Punch buggy.
But you know, I never believed anybody when they said that the trunk was the engine and the engine was the trunk.
Yeah, it's like, dude, are you smoking something when you made this?
I'm like, what? Why? No, it's not. And then I seen somebody open the front end and they put their groceries in. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, where's your engine, dude? The trunk. I'm like, that's stupid. What the hell? How high were you when you made this?
And you're right,
the frickin'
SNS.
Volkswagen.
You're right on the spot. You need a different 100 attachments, 6 computers just to change a spark plug, and you know. And I can see with brake job nows because you got to do a lot of resets and stuff on the electrical brakes, and it's just a nightmare. So I can see that kind of stuff, and I think more technology is going to push the average DIYer out of the game, but you never thought you'd see that with a motorcycle.
Well, that's just like them sensors on car tires.
Oh, the TPMSs.
The sensors on the car tires that show up on your little, your little thing by your radio. Like, I used to see that pop up and be like, what do you mean my tire pressure is low? How the hell do you know?
It's funny. Your car is over there yelling at you.
I know, it's like tire pressure low, tire pressure. So I'm like, shit. So I go and put air in my tires, and then all of a sudden it's still there. And I'm like, well, which tire is it? So I'm messing with the buttons, and I'm like, oh, look at this. Right front, left front. Now I know how high pressure is. But guess what? Now I got no sensors on my tires, so I ain't got a clue. Took them all off when I got new tires. I got tired of it.
That means, when I put new tires on, I got to put new TPMS sensors because you got rid of them.
I didn't get rid of them. The person that did my tires, there's no sensors on any of them anymore.
So now I got to put
because when I go,
those are $80 a piece. Know,
I didn't do it. But if you look on my thing on my dash and you go through the little buttons, because I love pushing buttons in cars, and you go through the thing and it tells you your right front, left front, rear, back, whatever. And they all have just dashes now. So I guess they're not hooked up. I don't even know.
Leave it to China Doll to screw up a car.
I didn't screw it up. It wasn't me.
You know what? I always fear China Doll getting into one of my cars because every time something happens with her.
Not every time.
It's like she is the biggest jinx.
The worst it is you got to put the seat back before you get in.
Oh, that drives me nuts. It's
and
like
fix
my
your mirrors.
My knees are in my chest with you.
And fix your mirrors because they're like super low.
Now, I do got to admit, I wanted to get a backup camera, a nice radio, but now they got the backup camera mirrors where all you need is the mirror piece. I was like, that's some cool stuff right there.
I don't want no backup camera because my luck, I'd still hit something.
You know what? She's kind of right.
I probably would.
She's right. She would do that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I would. I don't know. I'm blonde. Sorry.
You are blonde.
A little bit. Yeah.
That's a carpet match. No, the carpet don't. It's more like a
hardwood floor.
No, it's a gray shag when you grow it out. It's like the 1970s.
I would never grow it out. Thank you. That's disgusting.
She turns freaking red over here. What are you turning all red for?
Well, it would be, but it's not there. Just for that purpose. Thank you. Oh my God. Really, dude?
And Jason, I love those backup. So do I, man. You know, when I'm doing test drives and stuff, I'm like, this is cool.
Looking at
I
all the
am. It's
cameras.
cool as hell. I'm waiting for the, you know, they got some of the HUD helmets, you know, heads up display helmets now for bikes. You know, I'm going to buy some in a couple years when they get the technology cool, but I guess everything's right in front of your eyes. You see behind you, you know, but they're like $1,000 for one of them. Screw that. But I try not to change the settings when I drive someone else's vehicle unless I really have to.
I have to, or I can't reach the gas or the brake pedal in Hollywood's truck. Sometimes I don't change. The only mirror I do change in his truck is just the rear view mirror up top. I don't change the outside mirrors. I don't touch those.
Oh, I get pissed if that happens.
Because I just, you know, do like the real thing and like look over my shoulder and look over this way. I don't trust the side mirrors, but it's like, yeah, I have to pull the seat like very far forward because my legs are super short.
You're tiny.
You know, and it's like, so when I get in his truck, the seat's all the way back. And I'm like,
and here it is, only a freaking, it's a standard cab.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not
extended here.
No, it's just a standard cab, but it's all the way back. And I can't reach, like my feet will be like halfway between the seat and the pedals with it where he wears, you know, the way he is with his truck. I can't reach it all.
But you got something coming up. I'm going to duck out of here in a couple minutes, and she's going to take over the rest of the show.
What?
Huh? What do you mean, huh?
What are you talking about?
I can stay for 45 minutes, and then you're going to take it over.
What am I supposed to do? Go over there?
Yeah, you're going to go over there. We're going to have a brief intermission.
How are we having an intermission?
Me getting up and you moving over here, and everybody can see you getting stupid. So I'm going to remove you out and put you in. That way they can get
dumb. I can't do any of my stuff over there. Nothing's pulled up on your computer.
Oh,
so we're gonna have to figure that out. It ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
No, because all my stuff's up on my computer.
So you don't know a topic. You just can't go out there and talk about it.
No. What the hell's
what
wrong?
Good are you?
I'm a blonde.
I guess so.
I mean, I could put my phone up on the computer screen, but I can't read that. I don't have my glasses back yet.
Dirty Knobs wants you to crank call BD.
Oh, I don't know how to do that on his computer.
Why haven't you had Mike on and talked to him?
I don't know. Talk to him. He's always waking up after the show.
Well, you know, it is 6 o'clock there in the morning.
Well, not my problem.
He probably smoking.
He don't want to talk to me.
Oh, he don't want to talk to you?
No, he's too busy seeping. He's too busy seeping. God.
Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section about old Zeitz and how much he makes over there, and if he should pop that zit. It wouldn't make him look better. He ugly, man.
I've never seen him. You didn't even show a picture of what he looked like. That was rude. I'm looking at his screen. I'm like, well, who is this dude anyway?
You know what? You don't even have to come over here.
Why?
You
just
can run
leave
over
your
there.
Computer on?
Yeah, just leave the computer on and you can do it from there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, but you can't take your box off of there.
Why not?
Because it's the minute you remove yourself out of there, nobody can hear me talking.
So let's try this. Let's try it.
Okay, but
let me know if you can hear. Did you guys hear her? Did you hear her? Hello, 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 hello.
Nope, sound cut off.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
So we'll have to figure it out.
We'll figure it out
for
tomorrow.
Day. Tomorrow I'm doing it by myself.
Oh yeah, you're not going to be on the main channel. You'll be over on the other channel.
No, it's just me.
We'll figure it out on Monday where she can take over the show and all that good stuff. But anyway, everybody, I really appreciate you guys joining in. Let me know what's going on in the comment section. Get out there and get your voice heard is what I say. We'll catch you later.
And that's it for a Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Mayhem. Don't forget to visit us on Spotify,